qualification. Here we go. Shit.
We've got a bit of a situation at the moment. Seems like something's off with the fuel injection system. We're looking into it, but we're going to be out of action for a few minutes. Check's complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Qatar, so this aim to top 3 for the safety. I hope I get second place. Okay. For the community, you can fall with the fall system. Listen up, please. What the fuck, Hauger? 124?
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are Hauger, Bottas, Gasly, Albon and Tsunoda. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:24.4. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
Auger is really pissing me off.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I guess it's no use at all. We aim to the podium, but we should, because race, I guess. Box this lap, please.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Your teammates sitting in pole, they're in pole position.
Yeah. I know my teammate in pole position, I know. Rival status, please.
They're currently 5th. Right, their best lap time is a 1 minute 26.2.
Okay, we went to pits. Right now we want to move already to sprint race. Skip the practice maybe, or we do the practice but the quick practice. So Hauger is 124 minutes, 1 minute and 24 seconds. I'm sorry. So our record is 1 minute 24 second. Point 40s.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3, Hauger, Ace and Lando Norris. Goodbye for now then, but we are really just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Hamilton is down to 6. Damn, and for 7 and 12? What the fuck is already doing? Okay, let's go to sprint race. 5 laps. No pit stop. 1 shot. Okay, prior is time to put all the effort into this, okay? When you front wing into turn 1, it's called carbon fiber gas. You're supposed to keep it on the car. That's means how to the circuit. As always, I'll be feeding your information as the race goes on, and if there anything specific you want to know, just hit the radio button and ask. As I will be. No, 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 no. Why it's so taking so long?
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Dennis Hauger lines up on pole position. An ace completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Russell, Magnussen, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Albon, Leclerc, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Perez, Ricciardo, Stroll, Ocon, Joe, Bottas, Gasly, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We will soon find out. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Joined once again by former Formula One driver Anthony Davidson. And they've had a lot of on-track incidents recently that could leave them low on confidence.
Certainly confidence is an important factor. And every time you're involved in an incident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
Okay, we're on second. Hauger there, so let's just fucking go.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Let's go, let's go. start making mistake. One mistake led us to lose the position. Auger. The auger is less than second. Yeah. Full rest update.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Dennis is behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 4 laps remaining.
Rifle update.
Confirmed.
Rifle update.
Copy.
Rifle update.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Driver behind. Full rest update.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Dennis behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Push. Kita melebar kawan-kawan.
Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
It's a great result for Dennis Hauger, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Well, that wraps up Sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Okay, well done. It's not well done because Dennis Hauger is in the first. Fuck it. We attack Hauger in the first turn. Thank you, Abi. Okay, we moving to the race, guys. Fucking hell. I hope that I didn't make mistake. Okay, let's go to the race. This is the actual race with, I don't know, 15, 14, 15. I guess that's the live.
Welcome back to Qatar. There was talk of a new circuit, but we're back here once again at Sosial, under the lights. Sosial International was built in 2004, 3.3 miles, 16 turns with just one DRS zone, but it's a long straight, and there's plenty of high-speed overtaking opportunities through the corners. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Dennis Hauger lines up on pole position. An ace completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Magnussen, Leclerc, Sainz, Albon, Verstappen, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Sargent, and Liam Lawson. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Ace. Joined once again by Anthony Davidson for this one. And there's a lot of incidents on track recently for this driver. No one does that on purpose. It is part and parcel of racing, though.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn one cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands for today's race. We are almost ready to take the start of the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Dennis is behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. 13 laps to go. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Auger sangat menempel kawan-kawan. Sangat berbahaya.
Right, you've got to leave room for other cars. We can't take too many penalties here. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Interesting strategy. Satu lap lagi kita masuk pit countdown.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Dennis behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. 9 laps to go. Box this lap and push hard on the in-lap. Okay, we've been...
Oh. Hamilton in pit. We're in the pit. Verstappen in the pit. Ocon, Stroll, Bottas. Okay, we change to hard. Shit.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Copy that. Press update, please.
P10, you're currently in P10. Shoes ahead of you now. Okay, they're on old softs. The car behind is Lawson. Our gap behind is 5.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 21.1 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 7 laps to go. Dennis is in the pits now.
Full rest update.
Repeat that, I've got some interference here.
Full race update, please. Full race update, please.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Dennis is behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. 4 laps remaining. Afraid
Shit.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay, last lap. Full race update, please.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Dennis behind, and the gap behind us is 4.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Full race update. Full race update, please.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Dennis is behind you. We're leading the car behind by 6.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Triple status.
They're in third. Okay, so the gap is 12.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Your last lap time was a 1:28.6.
I let my concentration.
Thank you. I need a moment. Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Finally.
Can't fault the performance on track today. A well-deserved victory. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Some amazing talent out there on track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Ace.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Hmm.
We're currently holding a substantial cash surplus. Let's put some of it to use by investing in our facilities. Not an easy decision, but you handled it well. Thanks. Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciates it.
Texas Grand Prix next time, guys. Next race in Texas Grand Prix. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.